Welcome to week 1 of the NFL preseason, where the rookies of today hope to become the stars of tomorrow.
It's going to be a good one.
Coming up next.
Now from the riverfront of the Ohio, sellout crowd has arrived at Paycor Stadium in Cincinnati. So good to have you with us, Mike Tirico and Greg Olsen. Greg, one of the joys of covering the league week in, week out, you watch guys grow and mature, and all of a sudden you turn around and look at the quarterbacks we have in this game. Now we're looking at guys who have arrived at that magic term, franchise quarterback.
Yeah, I think you just have to give a lot of credit, of course, to the player themselves, the work, the ability to invest in themselves to develop. But also in these organizations, they continue to surround these quarterbacks as they've gotten older with better talent, better systems, play to their strengths, maybe protect some of their weaknesses. That's what it takes to play at a high level with the quarterback for a long time in the NFL, and give credit to both these players and both these organizations. I think it's official. They have their quarterback of the future, and the future looks bright.
Here's Chris Evans to return. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Bengals offense comes out led by their quarterback, Joe Burrow. Can they keep him healthy? Because when he's good, he's so good. Won the Heisman during his days at LSU. Took this team to the Super Bowl. Now, Greg, year 5 for Burrow with the Bengals.
We're about to watch one of the most gifted passers in the league, Mike, and it's not only just his arm talent. That's, of course, off the charts, but his ability to process, his ability both pre- and post-snap to operate maybe on a little bit of a different level than some of the other quarterbacks around the league. I mean, he is surgical with his approach, and he's on the short list of truly elite quarterbacks we have to offer in this league. And for us to get a front row seat, man, how special is that?
They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. Now the replacement for Joe Mixon, it's Zach Moss. And he'll get maybe about 4 yards out of that one. Lane closed quickly. And here comes 3rd down. Working out of the gun, Burrow. Back into the hands of Gesicki. He's got it. A gain there of 10 yards. It's a Cincinnati 1st down.
I'm not sure what was the more difficult aspect of the play, winning his route versus man coverage or catching this pass, because that quarterback, he put a little extra sauce on that one to get it there on time, and he's able to secure a really nice catch.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. Backs to his big tight end, Gesicki. And they'll get this one down to the 35-yard line. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. You hope against hope here in the preseason, especially, that it's not too serious. From the 35, it's 1st and 10. Burrow. And that one knocked away. It's incomplete.
There's a fine line between trusting your arm and having a little bit too much faith in your arm, right? I think this was one of those situations here, Mike, where there was nowhere to go with the ball. He tries to fit that one in there anyway, and he's lucky that it just falls incomplete.
They'll run with Moss. They get 18 on that one. And the Bengals going to have a 1st down.
Well, there's not a whole lot of fancy going on here, Mike. This is just kind of old school, run up and run ends up in a big gain, and he picks up the first down.
On 1st and 10, Burrow. Got his receiver on the in-cut. He's got it.
I really like the balance that they've showed so far on this drive, Mike, and what that does is it makes the defense have to defend the entire field. The run game and the pass game, everything looks the same. There's no tells, so they can't afford to just dial up certain schemes to take away a run or a pass. They've got to defend the entire playbook, and so far they've done a great job on this.
To the pylon, he's in. Gesicki. Touchdown, Bengals. And they get the first points of the game. What a way to start it, Greg. You get the ball. It's what you want to do. Settle into this game on top 6-0.
Mike, how often do we have coaches tell us the importance of playing with the lead? Well, they come take the ball right away on the first drive, all the way down there and strike first. And now the rest of the way, let's see how it plays out.
Evan McPherson now to kick the extra point. He's got it. And the Bengals.
chains is what every offense is trying to find, and it brings up manageable second down.
2nd and 7. Out of the shotgun, Mayfield. And the reception for Chris Godwin. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short. They'll look to pick this up, 3rd and a yard. sending a receiver right. From the gun on third down, it's Mayfield. And he's going to pick up the first down. He knew where that marker was and made sure he got beyond it.
Nothing a quarterback loves more, Mike, than being able to pick up a first down without being forced to push the ball downfield and force it past the line to gain. He settles for the underneath check down. He's confident that his receiver is going to pick up the rest after the catch.
Baker going to hand it to White. And a nice game there on first down. He takes it forward for 8 yards. Come to the line now on 2nd and 2. From the gun, it's Mayfield. Get this complete right side to Otten. And this drive's going to continue. He's taken down, but they are set up with 1st and goal.
I just love the feel this tight end has, Mike, for the defense when they play zone coverage. His ability to find open space and be friendly for the quarterback. It's easier said than done. Certain guys, they want to run routes like they're lines on a piece of paper, and they end up going from uncovered space to covered space, but not the case here. He knew he was open. He knew he was in the right spot. He stayed open. The quarterback delivered a good ball.
So we'll get a 2nd and goal when we return. It's the Bengals on top. Greg and I back here in Cincinnati after this. Try to get here from the 7-yard line, 2nd down and goal. To throw is Mayfield. That's thrown right side, but incomplete.
They went for it all on that one and just a little bit off. Ball winds up hitting the ground. They've got to move forward. The opportunities are out there. Better execution, better location, and we got some big plays in their future.
Throwing here on 3rd and goal. He got all the time he could, but he's going to be taken down as he couldn't get a throw away.
You can tell what the decision is about how they want to approach 4th down by what they call on 3rd down. If that was a run play, then you can bet they were going to go for it on 4th. But because it was a pass, and then they take a sack, I think this coach on 4th down is leaning towards settling for 3.
On 4th down, Chase McLaughlin in for the Bucs. This from 30 yards out. McLaughlin's kick is good. And the Bucs are on the board. It's 7-3.
And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Bengals offense ready to possess the football for the 2nd time. The lead sits at 4. So we'll try to add on to that. start this on the ground. Here's White. And that'll be a pickup of 3. Man in motion, heading left. On second down, Baker will drop this underneath to White. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45. 15 yards on the catch and run for the first down.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play. And it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest. And that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. They run with White, and that'll go for a gain of about 4. Jermaine Pratt up to make the stop. Here's a 2nd and 6. They'll go again with White. And he's not going to get away. They'll knock him back to his own territory. They get him on the other side of midfield.
Well, as been the case this entire first half, it's been the defense that's really carried the load for this team. Some offensive struggles, but they've done more than their part, coming through again with another big stop for a loss.
Now, Mayfield. Taking off, he'll try to get there.
Really nice job here, not only avoiding the rush on 3rd down, but quickly finding that crease, get downfield, and he's able to pick up the first down.
On 1st and 10, here's Baker. To the left side, to Godwin. After the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9.
Breaking routes, Mike, especially outside of the numbers, everything is about the timing. If you're late with the throw, you're going to be watching that defensive back take that thing the other way for 6.
They put a receiver in motion to the left. 2 minutes to go here till halftime. We'll come back to Cincinnati in a moment. 2nd and a yard. Throwing is Baker. Oh, and this one's going to wind up incomplete. That's one you'd think he'd be able to corral. He can't find the handle, and it's going to lead to a 3rd down.
So as halftime looms, Mike, they have to find a way to capitalize on this drive right here and make sure they end the half with some sort of points. Now, that incompletion, not ideal, but at the very least, it stops the clock. Catch your breath, get back in the huddle, and this next play, it's got to be a gotta-have-it best play call. I can't tell you, Mike, how many of these offensive skill players around the league, they look at man coverage as like a personal offense. They can't imagine that a defensive coordinator would say, hey, we're just going to have one guy defend you all by himself. And after that last completion on the way back to the huddle, I think he had a few choice words for him. I think he said, hey, man, you can't guard me.
He's going to run out of time. They get to him and bring him down.
Sometimes, Mike, your greatest strength can also be a little bit of your weakness. In this case, he is so used to being able to buy more time with his feet, extend the play, give his targets more time downfield to uncover. In this case, nothing materializes, tried to do too much, and as a result, takes a big loss.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Gets this one into the hands of his receiver, Godwin. They send Godwin in motion. Mayfield to throw. He'll find his running back, White.
All right, so there's really three areas that a modern NFL running back has to excel at. Number one, the traditional handoffs. Yes, you have to operate out of the backfield like a traditional running back. Number two, you have to be excellent and reliable in pass protection. And maybe bigger than all of them, you have to be at least serviceable out of the backfield in the passing game.
He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Buccaneers cut the lead to 4. It's 10-6.
So anytime an offense comes off the field after settling for 3, you always have to take the good with the bad. In order to get down there in field goal range, you had to do something positive to move the ball. But at the same time, how are we going to be able to finish these drives and convert for 6 the next time we get down there?
They didn't leave much time on the clock to put together a drive here at the end of the first half. And the kickoff's coming their way. On the return, here comes Evans. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. That's where the offense will take over. The Bengals offense going to get it one last time here late in the opening half. The advantage is 8. We'll see if they can make this a 2-score game on this drive. First down and 10. Throwing is Burrow. To the middle of the field, caught by Higgins. And they'll bring him down, but not until he gets to the 38-yard line. Remember, he had the touchdown catch the last time they had the football. Here, he's got a first down. So we have reached halftime in our first preseason matchup of the year. As we'll send you down to Orlando now, for Jonathan Coachman as our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Mike, thanks very much. Back to you two in just a moment. The preseason is upon us as these two teams get things rolling. They'll have 2 more games after this to get ready before week 1 comes our way. It'll be here before you know it. These two teams leaving the tunnel, and we'll head out with them. It's time to send it back over to Mike Tirico and Greg Olsen.
Okay, Coach, thanks a bunch. We'll see which team's adjustment's going to pay dividends here. I think we're going to play a big role in who wins this one. Pretty interesting first half. We'll see if any strategy changes for the next 30 minutes or more as this second half gets underway. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The Buccaneers offense going to have the first crack at it as we begin this third quarter. The deficit is 8 as this drive begins with 1st and 10. Here's Mayfield. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Here's the quarterback doing everything in his power to extend this play, and none of his guys could get open. You got to see someone separate, work with your quarterback, go into scramble second reaction mode, and also give some credit to the back end, doing a nice job plastering with their assignment, and he had no choice but to throw it away.
On play action, that's over the middle and intercepted. It's the linebacker, Jermaine Pratt.
Well, Mike, I think it's pretty clear what the message was by this head coach at halftime. He said, listen, guys, we're behind, we're trailing. We're going to come out early in this second half and be aggressive from the get-go and cut into this deficit. But oftentimes, reckless decision-making, over-aggressive play calling leads to turnovers. Now, this defense finds themselves heading back out onto the field a little earlier than expected, but they need to hold serve and keep this score right where it is.
First and 10. Working out of the gun, Burrow. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple. On the give, it's White. Room to run at the 40. And he's going to be taken down on the other side of the 50-yard line.
There's a combination of footwork and vision, his ability to kind of weave through traffic and understand where the holes were. It's a really nice job working through some bodies and picking up a big gain.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10. On 1st down, right back to White. And they'll take this down inside the 35. Back-to-back, some nice runs. This one good for 11 and another first down.
Finding yourself down here, multiple scores in the second half. The defense is going to give you some friendly run looks. So don't be afraid to mix it in there. But if you're going to find yourself coming back from this deficit, you're going to have to do it primarily through the air with just a little bit of mix of the run.
And he surges forward for a gain of about 5. Throwing on second down, Mayfield. That is brought in at the 10. And they're going to get this all the way down inside the 5. That is a gain of 22, and it sets up first down and goal.
Talk about a thing of beauty. Mike, did you see how many tight ends were on the field on that last play? They call it 13 personnel because there's one running back, 3 tight ends, 1 wide receiver. So everybody on defense is thinking run. They catch them off guard a little with the pass, and they take advantage of it with a big gain downfield.
Mayfield. This one caught at the 4. And he's going to be down close to the goal line. Good job defensively to make sure he did not get to the end zone.
Recognizing the blitz is just the first step in the process for a quarterback understanding who you can account for with the protection and then who you can't account for. That's where your hot receiver comes in. He points to his receiver, who the defender they're hot off of. That guy comes, gets the ball out of his hand, and results in a completion.
And he won't quite get in. Down to the 1, setting up third and goal. Out of the shotgun, Mayfield. Under pressure, and down he goes. They've got him back at the 10.
Sometimes you just have to know when the play is over and live to play another down. He has pressure coming right at him. And instead of just throwing the ball away, he tries to escape, he tries to get creative, and he ends up losing a lot more yards than he should have.
So Chase McLaughlin will come in, and they'll try a field goal. This, about as short as you can get. 3 for 3 in the game, as this one is also good. And the Bucs are able to put up 3 and cut into the lead.
Yeah, he does a nice job handling that kick there, but I think offensively, you come back to the sideline and you're thinking, we have to find a way to finish these drives. I mean, to be in first and goal and settle for 3, that can be very deflating for an offense settling for too many field goals.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. On the return, here comes Evans. Now an opening past the 30. And they will finally get him down, but he gets all the way close to the 40-yard line. So now, out comes the offense, led by their quarterback as they take over once again. And he's had it going in the first half. Really had his way with the secondary. They have been powerless to stop him. Now, they're trying to keep it going. From the 39, here's a 1st and 10.
6, baby. Get 6.
Now, Burrow. Rolling right, it's taken in. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. An even 20 yards. Impressive start to this drive.
Now, so far here today, putting points on the board certainly hasn't been a problem, and plays like that are why. Think about it, Mike. Sometimes you just have to take what the defense gives you and not force something that's not there, and that mid-range pass results in a fresh set of downs.
On 1st and 10, Burrow. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down.
A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out front.
They try to set up the screen, but this one doomed from the start. It's incomplete.
Throughout this entire game, we've really seen this quarterback operate very efficiently, not only being able to spread the ball to multiple playmakers, Mike, but really complete a high percentage of his passes. So can't let that last incomplete break what's been a really nice rhythm so far.
Burrow from out of the gun here on 3rd down. And that is incomplete.
Great pass rushers live for 3rd down, especially when they know the offense has to be one-dimensional. And this is a great example here, Mike. They can just pin their ears back and go. They know there is no threat for run. It is a must-pass situation. And for this offense, they're lucky it didn't result in a sack.
And no chance of a run back here. This one's going to sail out of bounds. The Buccaneers offense ready to take over possession of the football. And look, they've been out of sorts throughout, Greg. They haven't had any answer for this pass rush all game.
Yeah, and it's really showing up in the sacks and also just in their ability to prevent any yards, any completions. This has just been a dominant pass defense performance here, and everything starts with the rush. The quarterback's uncomfortable. The clock gets sped up. He's got guys in his face. It's a lot easier to play defensive back and in some of these coverage units when you know that ball's got to come out fast. And right now, they're teeing off and taking advantage of it.
They send a receiver in motion left. Mayfield to throw it here on 1st down. And he'll be taken down up at the 40-yard line. About 15 yards to kick off the drive. It's a 1st down.
Whatever they've talked about in the locker room at the halftime break seems to have worked. They've come out with a new established energy. You could see it when they took the field. Now this offense seems to be building on it because with that chunk play, just a little bit of rhythm that they can build off of. They got a long way to go to get back into this game, but so far off to a good start.
He finds Mr. Reliable, Mike Evans. And he'll be marked down at the 45-yard line. Just his first catch. They have held him in check so far, but that one gives him a 1st down.
These hitch routes, they're usually just designed to pick up a few safe yards. Easy completion, get some rhythm for your quarterback. However, this time, he's able to make a little magic happen after the catch and turn it into something much bigger than even they were probably anticipating. The speed and the get-off by the big interior defensive tackle, Mike. I mean, he got through there so fast, he almost took the handoff himself.
2nd and 11. Here comes Otten in motion. So, 3 quarters now in the books. EA Sports back for more from the NFL preseason after this. They send Godwin in motion. 2nd down throw from Mayfield. There's Evans. He's got it.
It may not have moved the chains, but with what they were dealing with there on 2nd down, that's a really nice pickup because now it opens up your play call sheet on 3rd down where it's a little bit more manageable.
Now a 3rd and 2. On the bootleg, it's Mayfield. And they're going to track him down. He couldn't find the receiver, and down he goes.
The entire the bootleg is to move your quarterback off of his normal spot. Buy some extra time for your offensive line and alleviate some of the pressure on the protection. But in this case, it seemed to me like the quarterback panicked a little bit. He went into survival mode and ended up leading to a massive loss.
Too long for a field goal. They'll go for it here on 4th down. They'll go. Mayfield. And that is incomplete. The defense very happy to see that play call. The decision to go for the 4th and long will end up in a turnover on downs. The Bengals offense headed back to take over once more. They built a nice lead for themselves here. They'll try to add to that, beginning with 1st down. Burrow now. This one complete to Higgins. And he'll get about 8 on that one, most of it coming after the catch. It's 2nd down.
The drag route is certainly not the most complicated route on the route tree, but a really nice job there using the scheme to create separation. He did a really nice job there working across the middle of the field as he made himself open.
Taken in by Gesicki. And that's a 1st down. It will be a gain of 8.
Really nice job here by the quarterback, understanding what did he need to pick up a fresh set of downs. In this case, that underneath drag route was all it took. Get the ball into the hands of your receiver, pick up a 1st down.
A run over center with Moss. Yards are hard to come by there. They work it down to the 37-yard line. Here's 2nd and 9. Back to throw, Burrow. That's to his big tight end, Gesicki. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
As a route runner, once you identify zone coverage like they were playing here, the key is find open space and stay in it. He did a nice job here because that was not a big hole. The quarterback had to put a little extra on that one, and they were able to make the completion.
Burrow to throw. The pressure, too much, and he goes down.
Up until this point, this pass rush has been pretty non-existent, so a pretty good time in the game to get their 1st sack. They're trying to get off the field and give the ball back to their offense and see if they can pull off this comeback.
The Bengals ready to punt this one away as they try to play the field position game here, protecting a 4th quarter lead. And we will not have a return here. This one angled out of bounds. The Buccaneers offense ready to see what they can do with this next possession. The deficit is double digits, so work to do as they begin this drive with 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Mayfield. A whole lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete.
Timing and trust, critical elements of this quick passing game. If your target and the quarterback are not on the same page, it winds up being an incompletion and a wasted down.
They'll try again here, 2nd and 10. To throw is Mayfield. A short one there to Otten. And he's got this up close to the 35-yard line. It's a gain of 10 yards. Good for a Buccaneers first down.
Really nice job there to move the chains early in this drive, but now as they approach midfield, continue to keep your foot on the gas. Don't get conservative. Don't start sitting on the ball. Cross midfield and go. Anytime you find yourself in your opponent's side of the field, you have to be thinking points.
And he's going to be taken down, and that will take us to the 2-minute warning. They've got all 3 timeouts left, but need to score quick. It's 1st and 10. They'll drop to throw. They'll set up the screen to White. And he'll be marked down at the 45-yard line. Now the Bucs will take their first timeout.
How often do we see, Mike, the running back, they get a little too antsy and they go a little too fast on these screen plays. In this case, great job by the back. First, he let his offensive lineman go out. He then follows behind. That's the key to a good screenplay.
They'll come up for 1st and 10. Mayfield to throw. That's over the middle of the tight end, Otten. And good yardage there after the catch. They'll wind up with a gain of 7 on first down. Here comes second down. To throw is Mayfield. For the sideline, he's got Evans. And that's a first down. It will be a gain of 8.
An 8-yard pickup. First down, Buccaneers.
Now Mayfield. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Well defended there, and the quarterback's trying to attack this defense outside the numbers. Those really wide angle throws near the sideline sometimes can be very hard to defend, so give a lot of credit to this secondary. They were all on the same page, and the ball falls incomplete.
Throwing on second down, Mayfield. And a good effort there defensively. It's knocked away and incomplete. Jalen McMillan, for what he was looking for there. Now it's going to be third down.
That's one of those plays where you come off the field, Mike, and you're getting a lot of high fives. Hey, good job. But then that secondary's coach pulls you over to the side and says, hey, nice play. But next time, let's come away with the pick.
That is incomplete. Here we go. They're down to what could be their final play. It's fourth down.
Just didn't quite get enough into that ball. You see sometimes the pressure, the rush, force a quarterback to throw the ball off his back foot. And I think there was a little bit of that here at play. You have to be willing to step up, even in the face of pressure, and get enough behind that ball to put that one a little bit more on the money.
And he's very close to a touchdown. They mark him just shy of the goal line. Here is first and goal. Now Mayfield. And this is going to be a touchdown. Hold everything. They are not done yet. It felt like they needed a touchdown. Greg, in the worst way, after getting those early field goals to find the end zone. Big boost for this offense.
And it felt like they really needed it.
Now remember, all scoring plays are reviewed. Tight game, tight call. They're going to take a good long look at this one. The question, did he get his hands around the football in the end zone? If he did, it's a touchdown. But this one's going to need very close scrutiny.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field stands.
So, ruled a touchdown originally. They didn't find any reason to overturn it, and it stays on the board. On is Chase McLaughlin for the extra point. The kick is good. And the Bucs have cut the deficit to 5.
Buccaneers 16.
With one timeout remaining, all they can really do here is try to recover an onside kick. He's to midfield. Following the kickoff, we have an injured player on the field. You hope against hope here in the preseason, especially, that it's not too serious. Here's 1st and 10. Only one timeout remaining. Formation here as he's down to a knee. In the win column for the Bengals as they start things out with a victory here in the first week of this preseason. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. It's a win for the Bengals as we say so long from Cincinnati.
Hooray, 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 they're gonna beat them Bengals.